Alright, how are we doing? Kanzi here, bringing you episode 15 of Kenshi Age of Blood and Sand Iron Man playthrough. Straight away, we are going to need to send Lidus off to the Adventurers Guild so we can get a recruits caravan to come to the colony so we can get extra recruits and grow the colony size before we get overrun by all of the nasties trying to kill us. What we'll do is we will sort a new squad called Outpost. This is just going to be for everyone that is going to be in the Outpost. I'll keep Slave Rescue the same, but everyone else that's in the Outpost will move to there. This is just going to make micromanaging easier and organisation. We will need to go to the tower. We're going to need to sort out our supplies there and our kit. So I'm going to equip everyone with the best kit they can. And then anything that is too heavy or not worth taking, we will leave in the tower or sell. We are now at the Adventurers Guild. So the way this works is the Adventurers Guild is the halfway man. So we pay them a finder's fee of 5,000 cats. We choose which race we want, so we want hivers, and then they bring them to our outpost. Delivering to our outpost won't be an issue because it's in a safe location. If you choose a dangerous location like the Black Desert, Foglands, Cannibal Plains, they will not deliver to your outpost. Once they have been delivered, you go up and you talk to each of the hives individually, and then you can pay for them if you want to recruit them. You then have a choice to change their name and change their appearance. For this, we are going to need some more cats, and it's also a good excuse to sort out the tower. So we're going to sell off anything that isn't worth taking to the outpost or is too heavy to take. We're also going to try to equip our hives at the tower with extra medical supplies. We're going to take a nice big rucksack which we'll leave for Lidus for when he can come through and then strip the tower of all of our valuables. Looks like we got a few hungry bandits kicking about, and yeah, they want to talk. So they're coming around begging for food, which I kind of feel bad for them about. So what we'll do is we'll give them the 500 cats so they leave us alone. Might have been the wrong choice there. I think it's if you go for the 1,500, it improves your relationship with the hungry bandits, so you can eventually turn them into an ally, which they are quite useful with, especially in Skinner's Realm, because they run around in like hordes of like 200 to 300, which make very, very nice meat shield. It's a little bit early, but our Adventurers Guild caravan has arrived. So we're going to go through, we're going to recruit all of the hives that they're giving us because we need every hive we can get right now because we're in a pretty dangerous environment and we have seen how great my micro is and Lidus is for of the expendability of the hives. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of hives because I'm not going to be able to look after them because I got an APM of like 5. We will take the soldier drones and we'll try to make them a bit bigger, a bit bulkier, a bit more intimidating so they look like they're actually meant to be a warrior cast because, well, they're soldier drones, that's kind of what they're meant to be doing. As for our hiver worker drones, not really going to mess with them, they're going to stay the same size. I'm just going to give them names that say what they're meant to be doing. So we're going to have like farm and stone, so when we look at them we go, ah yeah, get what they're doing. So when it comes to job application, it's going to be pretty easy. Now over here, this guy, this is a prince. I'm going to call him Electro. That's if I can smell it, that is. Going to make him a little bit bigger, but he's going to be my smith for electronics, which ideally we want to start up quite quickly because hivers have a tendency to lose limbs. So we're going to want someone with some robotics practice so they can actually make some decent quality limbs. From here, what we will need to do is we need to start allocating the jobs to the hives that we've just got. And you see all these balls coming through now? This is a very good sign. This means there's like a migration path through our base. With this, we are going to be able to hunt them. So we're going to get so much meat and so much skins. Like that, just one herd there. That would probably take a smith from level 0 to level 70. Just from the amount of leather you're going to be able to get off them. Yet again, I was distracted by something shiny. What we have here is we have all of the hivers that are in the tower now. We have stripped them down, so they are not running with an encumbrance. I think it's above 10%, because anything more than 10%, they will not be quick enough to get across the Black Desert. So we're going to oon them across right now. Make your bets on how many make it, because we saw my success rate on when I just run hivers randomly across the back desert. This time I intend on more of them surviving, but before that we need to sort out our squad list. So we're going to move the soldier drones to the top and then everyone that's in the outpost to the outpost section. We will run Lidus on a, I guess you call it like an intercept course. So he's going to go and he's going to meet up with the hivers running across. Reason for this is quite simple. If something gets attacked, Lidus should be able to get to them in time to defend them, or if they do go down and you can't defend them, hopefully bandage them up before they die. There are quite a few things in the desert that, well, as we've already seen, will basically one-shot or two-shot one of my hives. But hopefully with Lidus here, he can offer some support when needed. Worst case scenario, he just aggroes them onto him to buy enough time for the rest of the hives to escape. Out of this group, the three most important are Photo, because he is super quick with his bionic legs. Then we also have Emmett and Smith. Emmett and Smith are our weaponsmith and our armor smith. So if we can get them to the outpost in one piece without taking too much damage, that is a really good start, because once I get power sorted, we can start to produce our own weapons. We'll just run Lidus in the rear. Okay, so we have a triangle assault heading in, and a bandit demands coming in. I thought we were going to get away with it this episode, not having a raid. But, you know, raids are good. It's good practice. They're not too dangerous of a raid, so I shouldn't worry too much. It'll be good practice for everyone. And maybe they drop a couple weapons, because I am running low on weapons. Oh, and health kits. So weapons and health kits would be ideal. So we'll just fast forward this, get them through. But this is something we need to watch out for. Grieve Wraith, and they are nasty creatures. They can do almost 200 damage in a single hit. So if something has like no toughness and no armor, it doesn't matter where they hit, they can basically drop someone down, which, as you probably can imagine, super difficult. What we've done here is we've got Lidus to run out. We've run Lidus out to stop the Dust Bandit demands reaching our base, because the guys at our base are super squishy. No one's really got any toughness or combat experience, very little in the way of armor, very little in the way of weapons. If they get in, people are going to start dropping limbs. So if I can get the fight away from the base, we're always going to be better off for it. Other side is I've now got some storage going. This is just to store things we need and things that we can produce. It will help with the base getting up and running a bit quicker, which is something that we really need right now, because everything's out trying to kill us, and we're only like one, maybe two batting engagements from losing the colony. I mean, Linus and Ray will basically always survive, but the rest of the guys won't, and then we have to start again, which we can always do. Nice bit about Kenshi, it just carries on, it doesn't stop. But the buildings won't get destroyed, so we'll always have this outpost here. So even if all the inhabitants get killed off, we will always be able to just get more hives, come back here, and just build it bit by bit, even if we... Oh... okay. Okay, so this is an issue, a fairly big one. What we'll do is we'll get everyone that isn't Lidus or Ray and run them out of the base, because one of them is dangerous. One Grieve Wraith is dangerous enough, but two is a serious problem. Yeah, just gonna have to try and just keep moving my guys. Tychus, mate, you're up. You're gonna have to buy time for the others, because if the others don't get out, we run the risk of losing a lot more. I can lose Tychus, not that I want to, but I can lose him a little bit easier than I can lose all of the Hydrodrones and Princes, which is what will happen if they get involved in the fight. Looks like Smith has decided he wants to be the hero, so I'll get him to go pick Tychus up and then run out, because I don't want him coming back in for any other reason. Any other hive runs in and gets wiped out other than Emmett or Photo, that's not a big issue, but losing Smith or Emmett, now that would be a problem, because they are my smiths and my weaponsmith and my armor smith. I have spent a fair old amount of time trying to get them to a level where they can produce acceptable equipment. We do have the bandits have now regrouped and are coming in. We'll just get Lidus to go and stab one in the face, because that's how winning is done. But we got to deal with these Grieve Wraiths. The dust bandits, not a huge issue, annoying, more of a nuisance than a big issue. But the Grieve Wraith, oh, it looks like dust bandits are trying to fight it. That didn't last long. That was like 3 of them just went in and got numbed, and now we have the triangle assault coming in. Oh. Okay, well this is escalating quickly. Thankfully the 3 of them didn't come at the same time, otherwise that would have been GG. We'll get everyone else into the fight. They're not going to cause that much damage, so I can at least get people in. Worst case scenario, they get some toughness, maybe some block. If they're lucky, they get a hit off. I don't think anyone will die to these, because I just have so many guys around that will fill all of the attack slots anyway, that they will just run around and heal each other if they can't fight, which is something that we really want. They do have a couple guys that seem to be holding on pretty well, like weirdly well. I mean, the guys over here that are fighting, like, not a big deal because they're fighting my weak guys, but this guy here, he's doing a little bit. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So Huey is a juggernaut, kind of like a human Praetorian almost, and they are beasts, super tough, super tanky, lots of hit points, and the Holy Nation can have them as well. So you've always got to be careful of Holy Nation assaults, because just from the sheer amount of people they throw at you, there's a chance of a juggernaut spawning in it. And on the bigger assaults there's more of them, and they're better trained and better equipped, and then they start to cause you some issues. Well, it looks like we've dealt with it quite nicely at the moment. We're going to heal everyone up, and we're going to need to start looking into getting up iron production so we can get iron plates. Once we get those up, we can then start looking into building weapon and armor smiths so we can get production on the go. And from there, if we can hold for about 28 days in game, we will be sorted. Like, there'll be very little that can take us down, but we will need to survive those 28 days. That being the key word, survive the 28 days. But we'll be able to do it. I mean, we got the Adventurers Guild down the road, so long as I can keep getting money, I can keep bringing in new hives just to replenish our losses. I don't think trying to fight a war of attrition against a computer that can constantly respawn and throw big wave attacks against you with no consequences is a good strategy, but I feel it's fitting for hivers. Hivers are meant to be expendable as part of their nature. But I'd call this episode a success. We haven't lost anyone yet, being the key word, because I know how this goes. But we've got everyone to the outpost. We've got a bunch more recruits, and everything seems to be going okay. So I am pretty happy with that. And it is now that time to bring the episode to the end. Thank you very much for watching episode 15 of Kenshi Age of Blood and Sand. I have been Konzi, and I will catch you on the next one.